everybody, I'm Robin and these are my reflections, and today we have an unboxing of a Kickstarter that came in a couple of weeks ago. I want to open it up, take everything out of the box so that I can get rid of this box. It's trash day. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get everything out of here, unbox, look at everything, have a little bit of fun with that. I feel like I usually am unpacking things off camera, so this will be an experience for me. But I wanted to show kind of like how everything came out of the box. Um, it came this because the spec did ship all the way from China. It's very well packaged. It was a Kickstarter that I backed. I should have checked. I can't remember how long ago. It wasn't that long ago, and it came pretty quickly. But I will say it was a little nerve-wracking because the creator did not respond to any of my messages. I had questions regarding like, should I get? I couldn't decide if I wanted the bigger one or the smaller one, and I had questions about whether the smaller one was going to come with like a PDF guidebook. They didn't respond. I ended up getting a big one and a small one. And I got the standard and the mini. I did not get the collector's edition. I didn't get all three. There were three options. I will put in the description box below the what I will put down there is the Kickstarter. And if you click on their name, it will show you their website and you can kind of do some research there on your own. I did a little bit of digging before I backed it. But like I said, I would say do your own research because they were silent. I mean, it was crickets. There was no information about whether this was coming, when it was coming. It just showed up on my door, but it's here. I remember backing it last minute, like the last couple of hours, but I thought about it a lot. I remember thinking about it a lot before I finally backed it. And I was just like, I think I want this deck. Like, which one do I want? The small one, the big one, because they have different borders. And the other one had a black border, which I really love. The bigger one, the collector's edition. I remember at the last minute swapping it to these two. I had gone back and forth, back and forth. So it did come with stickers, and I got all of this came in different boxes, guys. So because I got two decks, I got two sets of stickers here, and this came in a box, this came in a box, and then these two came in a box. So I had three boxes. When I opened my mailbox, I was like, what in the hell is all of this? I have not ordered anything. You know how Kickstarter's well, this one just showed up. There was no tracking or anything. So I wasn't expecting it per se. Like it was on my list of things to look out for, but I wasn't really expecting it to come, and I definitely wasn't expecting that many boxes. So that was kind of fun. Okay, so I freed everything from its plastic. The inside cards were also wrapped in plastic, so now we're free. And I put everything back in the box exactly how it came. So we're gonna do a what is this called, a first impression. So now I have the mini here of the 10 edition, and I think I backed this one first. I couldn't remember. I was trying to find out if it came with a PDF guidebook because I think I liked the guidebook, but they never responded. So then I went back and added the one where you could get both of these. Because I knew that this one was going to come with the guidebook. So, and then I said, that's also good because if I can't see this, that'll be helpful. Because it's with me and minis and my bad eyes, man, my old eyes, as I age, they get worse. I never wore glasses when I was younger. So yeah, the cards are in here upside down. Yeah, they're upside down. I thought, is this the Hanged Man? It is, but it's also upside down. So they were in the box upside down. The cardstock it's thin. It has a gloss on it, bouncy. So it's definitely gonna shuffle nicely. This feels nice. It's very thin though. If you don't like thin cards, be aware of that. It does feel thin to my hands. Now it also feels durable though. So there's that. And the size is about the size of I would say this is about the size of like a US Games 10. Okay, so here's one that I think most people have. This is the White Sage Tarot. Yeah, they're the exact same size, the 10. And the cards, yeah, I think are going to be exactly the same size. Let's see. Yeah. Well, these cards, the Fantasy Knight, are a little bit wider. Slightly wider than the White Sage Tarot. So So that's nice because that means more real estate on the cards, but the 10 is the exact same size. So that'll give you kind of a feel for if you have the white sage up against a regular size tarot card. Let's get these out. These are normal. I think these are normal RWS size. So here's the box. Here's sides. Here's the back, which I think is pretty. The sides are not that much fun. But there at least there's the name there, so that's good. So if you store your decks like books on your shelves, you can see that. I store my decks flat, so there's nothing here or here that always like is a little bit difficult for me, but I probably will remember what's in this. Although looking at it, it almost looks a little like the beginner's tarot as well. So we'll see if I get them confused. The inside of the box does open all the way. It is glossy, but very nice. It doesn't feel sticky to my hands. It's just a nice gloss. And this is pearlescent, like a pearlescent paper like you would use. I don't know if you're going to be able to catch that in the camera, but this is like something you would use like in a scrapbook. It's a very nice paper. And it has a padded bottom. So this is a lovely box. Very sturdy. These feel like US Games, like a US Games standard deck card. It's not exact because the front of these cards has some sort of a lamination on it that feels textured, but the back feels exactly like a US Game Systems standard tarot buttery mat on the back. The front has like I don't know if it's like a reticulated, almost like it's not as thick as a reticulated, but it does feel kind of like it's textured in that way, not as textured. It's like a very light texture, but that's the texture it reminds me of. And these cards are upside down too. All the cards were in the box upside down. That must have been a printing, like in the printing, it probably happened. Okay, so we'll get rid of the 10. Let's take a look at the stickers before we get into the cards. I got 2 sets, but I think it's the same in both. Yeah, so we got some of these are like, this looks like the Hermit, the Strength. So these are like some major arcana stickers and then just some implement stickers. These are very nice stickers. They're a good size, so if you're putting them in your book, they're not tiny. Sometimes I get tarot stickers and they're so small I can barely see them, It also came with these postcards, which I think are fantastic. I didn't open them up, but just looking at them, I was like, these are some really nice quality postcards. And the bottoms can be little bookmarks. They can pop off and be little bookmarks. These are really nice. They're like nice cardboard, like card stock postcards. Lovely. I was like, who can I send postcards to? Because you can actually address them. Just show them all. That one. They're gorgeous. And you can actually like address them, put a stamp, write the address here. This will pop off and use as a postcard. These are lovely. So I didn't add these on. They came as like gifts for backing the Kickstarter, and they're lovely. Very, very nice quality. They didn't skimp. All right, here we go. Time to look at the guidebook. It's a little book. It fit right in the. Oh, this writing is tiny. Oh my goodness, it's a whole. No, okay. Just this writing is tiny. The rest is good. The paper is like newspaper thickness. Author profile: an enthusiasm of mysticism, freelance illustrator, comic artist, creative designer, ruler, and guardian of 2 cats. I can tell they're a comic book artist. I can see that in the line work and the coloring. So the author left us a message about how this deck came to be. And then there's a preface. Okay, so let's read the preface. A group of people wearing all kinds of masks and costumes came to a city without stories. They are from the Fantasy Night Theater, where wonders begin at 8 p.m. The opening horn cuts through the sky and lively music echoes in the streets. Since then, gorgeous colors have spread from the center of the stage. Tragedies make the audience sigh and comedies delight them. The fool encourages them to take risks. The magician ignites their passion. The high priestess teaches them to ponder. Until the closing horn sounds, all members of the theater bow, give thanks, bid farewell, and head to the next city. The streets regain their usual tranquility, but the city without stories now has stories, just like the myriad of other cities in the world. I love it. I remember reading some of this guidebook thinking this is gonna be fun. All right, so you get the the number and the name of the card. You get an imagery section, upright, and a reverse. So for the minors, you don't get an imagery section, but you do get a little phrase or sentence that just kind of alludes to what's going on in the card. So for Five of Pentacles, for instance, it says upright, the destitute couple enduring a difficult material or spiritual plight. Though rescue lights are near, they do not seek aid. This implies their predicament results from both external environments and personal limitations. Yet they warmly embrace each other in the snows. Adversity reveals their love and support. In reverse, fighting hardship together and succeeding despite everything, on conditions deteriorating further. I think that they talk a little bit about it as they weave through the meaning of the cards. But in the majors, you actually get um, an imagery section where I guess it's running through the show. I think this imagery section is running through the show, so we may read a little bit from it as we go through the cards. Let's look at the cards. All right, so here are the backs. For the mini, it's white, and there's like you can't really see it, but there's like some like lines or squigglies in the background in a light gray, and then these it's the same squigglies I think that are here, but they're so light you can barely see them on this card. And on this one, they're very prominent. So that is it. And here, these are both the title cards. See them? Alessa Dang is the name of the artist. So we start with the Fool. It says a reckless youngster accidentally wanders into a roadside night theater. She mysteriously carries her meager luggage with a staff, ignoring all dangers and advice, laughing and chatting as she walks in. The magician says the creator of the theater. On stage, he is a performer with immense exhibitionism. Backstage, he is an articulate communicator and he sees himself as a formidable artist. He wields true magic, possesses endless mystical powers, and is confident that he will never fail. For the High Priestess, a playwright behind the scenes. She is a quiet, introverted scholar. I like these. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm not going to read it all because it's a lot, but we'll just read a little bit. The Empress is a patron of the theater. She allows the commotion of drama in her garden. She symbolizes wealth and beauty. The Emperor, the investor of the theater, he holds a lofty status. The Hierophant is an old-fashioned narrator. In the center of the stage, the narrator is introducing to the audience where each character is headed. So here's our narrator, our Hierophant. And the lovers are a pair of ballet dancers under the spotlight. The young, beautiful couple passionately embrace and dance together. All right, and our chariot, let me turn the page. A warrior charges forth in her chariot. Her small chariot is transformed from two magical hounds, opposite in temperament, who would bite if they met, but under the whip and spear of the female warrior, they obediently charge forward according to her will. I like that. Strength, the animal tamer, has a firm and confident inner self, but her exterior is cool and gentle. And for the hermit, we have the snake charmer. The snake is the embodiment of the ancient concealed wisdom. So the Wheel of Fortune is a gigantic clock. It says this clock stands at the center of the theater, driven by a transcendent magic, forcing the little people within to run perpetually. Oh shit. Justice, the tightrope walker, okay, holding the sacred scales in one hand and the sword of justice in the other. Blindfolded, she walks on a thin tightrope. And an aerial silk performer, a dangerous stunt, suspending inverted from elegant skills. She must overcome physical discomfort and psychological fears to complete this art. Death is the announcer for the new chapter, rides in on a white steed over a hill, and behind him are the shadows of agony, but ahead will be illuminated by moonlight. Temperance, conjoined twins. And the devil, the puppeteer. A man and woman chant dark incantations at a wooden table, summoning flames from the heart of the earth. Ah. The crumbling tower. And for the star, the elf under the star sky. Elves represent spiritual rebirth. Their species transcends humans. Their worldview also surpasses humans. Um, the moon, it says she may be shrouded in lies, illusions, or mysteries now. These bizarre visions excite her, but her subconscious vaguely senses unease. This is, I guess, the fool is now in this. This is now what she is in this position. The sun, the harpist in sunlight. The gigantic sun finally rises on stage, dazzling rays shining equally upon all. And for judgment, external manifestations may be summoning now, facing new environments. Oh, this one doesn't have an imagery section. So judgment doesn't have an imagery section. It's missing here. Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's so sad because I would love to know what's going on in this picture. Dancers for sure. And the world, the perfect curtain call. We finally arrive at this story's conclusion. The youthful fool, after long journeys, become a free spirit. All is now full, joyful. Everything loved surrounds her. Yeah, so that's our fool right there, right? The same. Here's the fool. And then here we just get her head. Okay, so the wand, this is what was on the back of the box, the Ace of Wands. So we had on the front, so on this one we had the Hanged Man on the front, and on this one we had the Lovers and the Ace of Wands on the back. I like that. The Hanged Man, so we could use this for clarification, for changing perspective. And for this one, it's about choices and passions. This deck is to be used for. I don't know. I always like to think about whatever's on the box as like the energy that that the deck has. You know, the energy that the creator wanted the deck to have. This is the Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Four of Wands, the Five of Wands, Six of Wands. Yeah, the Seven. Eight. This is fun. It does give like a comic book vibe, right? Like this looks like something out of a cartoon for sure. Nine of Wands. So I noticed that on the mini we have the writing is a little bit small, but I can read it. But it's the numbers are like actual Arabic numbers, where the um on this one I have like the numbers written out, nine, the word nine. So 10 of Wands. Okay. And here are court cards, the Page of Wands. I think the court cards had some archetypes. So let's look. Let's see. So our Page of Wands is being called the adventure-loving rascal. And the Knight of Wands is swiftly galloping under fire. He doesn't have an archetype. The Queen of Wands is the candid queen. I love her. I love her stand, the way she's sitting with her feet up. The cat, even the way the cat is sitting. I'm here for this Queen of Wands. Love her. I love her wand. It's fun. And here's the King of Wands. See them together. Oh, can't see it. I don't have enough space. Can I put them together like this? Let's put them together like this so you can see the Queen and King. And the King of Wands, his archetype is the pragmatic king. All right, moving on to the Ace of Cups. Cute. Two of Cups. I love the perspective on this one. I remember seeing this on the Kickstarter. I don't think we saw all of the cards, but we saw a good amount of them. And everything I saw, I really loved. I do like it borderless. I will say that. I loved it, the black border as well, because there's so much black in the cards. It really made the colors pop. But I think I prefer it borderless. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to see it, but I can see it. I can see everything on the card in this size because it's a little bit one. It's a larger mini, I would think, because I've seen minis smaller than this, shorter. This one is pretty good. Um, 8 of Cups. Love the perspective on this one too. The 9 of Cups. When I saw this, I was like, I love this 9 of Cups so much. I just like the perspective on it. I like that I'm looking kind of off, like I'm off to the side but up, looking down on her. It's like I'm the spotlight, or I'm looking from the light bridge at her and she's on the stage. 10 of Cups. I used to be a theater geek. I haven't done Page of Cups. Look at the perspective on this one. This is harder for me to see it. It's hard for me to find the focus here, but here I can see it very clearly. This is called the Fledgling Mage. That's the archetype for this one. And we have the Lingering Flower Picker. It's a crazy name. This one is the Imaginative Queen. And then the Mentor of Magic is for the king. And if you want to see him next to the queen, there you go. All right, off into the swords. Our ace. I think the reason that I like the perspective on these cards so much is because it feels very nostalgic to me. I used to be a theater person. I used to work in theater like professionally, and I also did it all through my high school and college years. So looking at actors on a stage from backstage or from the light bridge or from the catwalk or from the orchestra, wherever I'm standing for whatever reason, is makes sense to me, um and it reminds me, it feels nostalgic to me. So I think that's the reason that I really like the perspectives on these so much. um it feels like I'm sitting in the random places in the theater watching a show during dress rehearsal or tech rehearsal. Really, it's dress rehearsal because they're all dressed up. So here's the 10 of Swords. Our Page of Swords was called the Flying Spy. He is flying on that sword, isn't he? The Knight of Swords is the Galloping Warrior. He looks like he's in a western or something. The Queen of Swords is the Keen Queen wielding blade. And the King is the Mighty King. And here's the Queen with the King. All right, and off into the last suit, our coins. Cute. They match my background. I didn't do that on purpose, I swear. 2 of Pentacles. The 3. How cute. I love this so much. I like the way everybody's wearing like Zorro masks. Like, it's given. Zorro vibes. Love his little page boy hat. Very like boho. 5 of Pentacles. The 6. 7. So these are very slippery. As I'm moving them and stacking them, they're slipping all over the place. But these, because of this textured front, aren't slipping at all. So that's kind of nice. Love the way this looks. 8 of Pentacles, beautiful. I mean, it's a loom, and of course that makes sense for an 8 of Pentacles. But the way they drew this, it's like there's a backdrop in the background, the lighting, all of the threads for whatever it is she's weaving here have been drawn in. Nothing's been missed. And it really looks like I'm watching somebody weaving something in real life. It's very nice, this picture. 9 of Pentacles. and the 10. Like the masks. Here's the page. He is the focused apprentice. The knight is the silent knight. Yeah, his mouth is covered. Looking very John Wayne. The Queen of Pentacles is the gentle queen. Oh, with her little wabbit. And the king is the prosperous administrator. Here is the queen with the king. All right, and it looks like we might have an extra card here. Oh, it's just like a, yeah, it's just like a card to probably put on top of your deck to keep the 10 from like crushing your cards when you put them in there. So, yeah, that's nice. Let's shuffle them both and then we will read from the guidebook. Yeah, these are thin but bouncy. Oh, they shuffle lovely. If you like to riffle shuffle, you're probably gonna like these. If you like to riffle shuffle, this shuffle's like very nice because it's so thin and bendy. You know, us riffle shufflers like a thin, bendy card. You know, it's not so thin that it's gonna cut your fingers though, or it's not cutting mine anyway. Yeah, so that's nice. For the overhand on the mini, they feel nice and heavy, so they're definitely cord. And the overhand is nice and smooth. Right on your cards, it's possible you could crush one of these, but like if you're just like shuffling for jumpers and stuff. But they're cord and they're sturdy cards. I think that for me these are going to be great. They're going to hold up great. So that's the mini. And for this one, let's see how they shuffle because these are interesting. Like I said, they feel like two different types of cardstock. The edges are nice and smooth, so that's not gonna hurt my hands any. Yeah, they shuffle just like a US Games Systems tarot deck. Let me just move this so I can actually get in here. Yeah, they shuffle like the new US Games smooth stock. This is not a US Games deck, but that's what it feels like. So if you have any of their new decks that aren't linen, just the regular plain stock, that's what this feels like to shuffle. So for me, that's great. I thought it was going to be weird or maybe whistle because of the front, the coating on the front, but it's very thin, this coating. So it's not like a thick coating, but I can definitely feel it. The overhand is lovely. And we have a jumper. We have the Fool. Well, we already kind of read the Fool. Let's pick a different one. Can we get another one? What's this one? The Nine of Pentacles. Let's read this Nine of Pentacles. If you want to read it for yourself, it's down. We can read them all here. I'll just show you everything on this page and that page. So if you want to read more than one. All right. So for the Nine of Pentacles, it says, upright, the songbird, a lavishly dressed songstress sings amidst gold and flowers, joyful and satisfied as talents and efforts will bring substantial achievements and wealth. But recognizes these outcomes require sacrificing much time and freedom, not easily attained. Reversed, failing to realize or overestimating talents, dreams, and needs, cannot apply them correctly, so difficulty succeeding. Or standards too low, no upward outlook, lacking principles and discipline, thus inviting failures. So that's for our Nine of Pentacles. Where's that one that I liked? Yeah, I noticed that some of these cards are like upside down. Like I put this deck, I can tell is gonna be like one of the cards because some of them, when I was putting them down, they wanted to spin around. I can tell this deck is gonna be one of those that is gonna, in true circus fashion, is gonna want to be upside down and all around and have reversals. Let's look at the Seven of Cups. I think this is an interesting card. It doesn't have any anything in here about the imagery for the minors, but I'm curious to see what it says about all of the stuff on this table. So it says the ephemeral temptations. A cowboy dreams of a table with 7 golden plates manifesting his inner desires. Just brief dreams. Beware seduction by unrealistic ideals. Keep grounded that is the right choice. But this benefits professions requiring imagination, like artists and writers creatively. The grammar on this is not been it's not been checked, or if it's like Google Translate, it's not coming together smoothly. I noticed that. Reversed, awakening to reality, resisting temptations, seeing through ruses, grounded, or knowingly persisting in fantasies, or imagination and creativity becoming barren, lost, and anxious. So you can read that for yourself if you want to. Maybe you can do better than I did. So that is the fantasy night theater. What do you guys think this would look like? Should we look at this with the I've put it away for the summer, but I can, if it's on the top of the box, I might dig it back out. Let me see what we got over here. Yep, it was right on the top. Let's try it with Mother Mort's Carnival of Souls. Of course. Of course we have to try it with the Carnival of Souls. Because we got the night theater and the carnival. And we need to see what this is going to look like. I have a feeling they're going to be beautiful together, but we never know until we try. Because sometimes I think something's going to look nice, y'all. And then I get it on the table and I'll be like, oh, this is a mess. It's a hot mess. All right. Yeah, you know what this reminds me of now that I have it here on the table like this, laid out? Um, I've seen people using a deck with like pink. It has like foiling. I think that's what reminded me. Once I pull out this foiled deck, it has pink foiling and it's like a video game deck. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. If I remember it, I'll put it on the screen. Um, the picture of it, but I think that it's going to this reminds me of that one for some reason. Like it just came all right to mind. That one. But if you have it, I don't have the deck, so you know, my brain plays tricks on me sometimes. This is the Ace of Cups with the Three of Swords and Bone Fairy. Something that I've noticed while I'm looking at this is that I can see clearly what I'm looking at without having to see, because seeing these titles on the bordered one, the larger one, because it's white, sometimes they do kind of fade into the background, which is nice. But also, if I need the titles, that could be a problem. But I can actually see, looking at the card, what I'm looking at. So I don't have to fret about the titles. So that's good. I noticed that they look like a little ticket, you know, which I think is cute. I like the way this looks together, so I'm going to try these together. Right now, this deck, the Carnival of Souls, is in my fall box because I'm working with other stuff, and I think it's going to do well in the fall. But I think these are going to work well together. So that's good. Yay. All right, so that's one. Let's see what else I got. All right, so something else a little bit strange and mysterious is the Wisdom of Wild Things Oracle. And I don't know, something's telling me this might go nicely together too. And the Wisdom of the Wild Things has been a little bit tough to pair aesthetically. It's not tough to pair to just use it with other decks because it works really well as an Oracle deck. But aesthetically, if you want something that's like beautiful together, the look of it, it's a little tough. I found one deck that I think is a slam dunk. Um, but I'm curious about this one. So let's see. All right. Because this one is a little bit, I don't know, it's a little quirky too. So we got Five of Swords with Bury Your Dead and the Two of Cups. The Five of Swords is because it's not a war. Normally, I think of this as like being a war, you know, card, and this Bury Your Dead kind of goes along with that. So that's funny that those came out together like that. Gratitude of forgiveness or forgiveness. I always want to say gratitude of forgiveness, but this is gratitude or forgiveness with the Fool and the Two of Wands. Laughter heals with the Four of Pentacles and Temperance. What do you guys think of this together? I like it. I mean, it's different artwork, different textures, all kinds of things, but I think they work. I think because the color palettes are similar, even though the colors are used differently, they're using around the same colors in the deck. So Quiet the Anxiety Monster with Three of Cups and the Queen of Wands. I love this Queen of Wands. Did I get a print of this? Did we have a postcard of this Queen of Wands? I feel like I need this Queen of Wands on my wall. Let me look. I just checked. No postcard. Boo. The postcards were free, so I really shouldn't be complaining at all. Okay, so this is the Queen of Swords with the Knight of Swords and intentional stillness. She's actually standing in tree pose. So I like that with intentional stillness because it's like the Knight of Swords is a very fast moving card, and this is kind of like almost operating as like a pause card or a stopper card. So that's nice. Stop and think kind of situation. Three of Wands with focus and the Queen of Pentacles. I like this together. I've decided. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments as usual below. I love hearing from you guys and all of your ideas. So you know I have to try it with Poesis. This is the Poesis Oracle. If you're ever seen this one before, it goes with pretty much everything, and it's also quirky and strange, and it has a lot of black, well, mostly it's silhouette. And this one, even though there's not a lot of silhouette in this deck, there's a lot of black. They're wearing black, they have on black masks. The shadows are all black. So yeah, I think that these might look nice together. Look nice. We'll see how they read. The High Priestess with Trigger and the Three of Swords. Woo, that came out swinging, didn't it? Sovereignty with the Sun and the Moon. Oh, that's nice. I like the Poesis Oracle is a fantastic Oracle deck. Listen, this deck is one of the best in the game. If you guys don't have it, definitely check it out. I have a walkthrough. I'll put it in the cards up here for you. Compassion with the Six of Pentacles and the Star. And the final one I'm going to do today, 10 of Wands with Desire and the 9 of Wands. So there's that one. Definitely like those together. This is the Soul Trees Dreamer's Journey Major Arcana Oracle, the Pocket Edition by Allison Williams Yee. I love Allison Williams Yee's decks, and I wanted to try this one with it because it's a mini, and I like to use minis with minis when I'm doing this sort of deal with the Oracle in the middle and the two tarots. That's just me. I don't like I don't love it when the cards jump around in size too much. So to put these little cards with a big Oracle deck, I wouldn't love that. So I would like to try to think about minis that I have in my collection that might go. I didn't catch the full size of this, but this deck is fabulous. I wish I would have caught the full size. I kicked myself. We have the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands with distraction. And there's some keywords here: interruption, creating confusion, focus on the present moment. I like that. Focus on the present moment. Don't get distracted, because if you're doing all of this, one wrong move and you're going to drop things, you know? So the Wheel with the Seven of Cups and the 10 of Cups, also start kind of doing that round thing there. Transition with the Five of Wands and the Four of Swords. We'll probably pull another card just to see what is. So it says natural progression of change, realignment, and release. Well, I would probably pull another card to clarify this one, transition, because it was like, if I'm going from here through this to that, how will we get there? You know? This one wanted to go. This one wants to be here. So this is the Five of Pentacles with Death. A cycle is ending. Clearing away old energy allows the new to emerge with the Knight of Swords. And one more. Temperance, peace and patience, tranquility, moderation creates harmony with the Knight of Pentacles and Death. Oh, wait, didn't I pull Death? Did I not move it? Hang on. The Four of Pentacles and the Star. All right. I don't mind this together. I don't. I like this a lot, actually. So this could be a good travel set, right? If I wanted to like take a full set to be able to do full pulls, that would be cool. I was playing with them, laying them out to see if maybe they make a scene, like, you know, one of those panoramas, but I'm not finding that, but it still looks cool together. So I wanted to, I might leave this in the video. This is cool. Look at the king and queen together. They look fantastic. Anyways, those are my first impressions. I'm gonna play with this a little bit more and, you know, circle back around and ask me later what I think of it as far as how it reads. Because I won't know until I use it, but at the moment, I kind of like it. I think this is fun. I thought it was fun, you know, and that's why I wanted it and backed it. And I'm glad that I got the one with the guidebook because I think it's going to be interesting to read some more of that. So that's all I have for you guys today. Like I said, I will put in the description box below where you can pick up. Well, what I'll do is I'll put the Kickstarter link down there, and then you can go look at the website, see if it's something you want to use or not. When I first saw the website, it did look a little sketch to me. I'm not gonna lie, but it did. It was a full website, and I had seen the decks, a couple of the decks that I saw on the website around. So I just kind of like, you know, went on faith and it worked out well. I've never been burned on a Kickstarter, although I've been nervous, and this is definitely one that made me nervous because they didn't respond at all to anything. They didn't even, like, you know how like when you back a Kickstarter and then like it funds and you get that email from Kickstarter that says it's been funded and they've collected your funds. They didn't even send out like a email after that saying like thank you, we'll get back to you, nothing. It was just like we've collected your funds and then I received my deck. But people were posting that they were getting their decks. So it I knew it was coming. I had a feeling it was coming at that point, but before that I was definitely worried because I was like, wow, they're not even gonna say, you know, yay, the campaign is over. We'll get back to you when we have more information. Nothing. Just crickets. So, but that's okay because the decks got here and they're good quality in my opinion. Um and I like them. So I'm okay with this. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the Fantasy Night Theater here today. If you like this video, if you want to give me a thumbs up, that's helpful. It lets me know what you guys like. It lets the algorithm know what you guys like. Um, and it lets YouTube know that people like the video so that then they show it to more people. So that's helpful as well. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle. If you're not already subscribed, if you're already subscribed, shout out to y'all. Like, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers since the last time I checked. So it's been quite the ride, and I'm really excited to have you guys around. And welcome to all the new people. And, you know, thank you guys for being here. So I'm going to leave you all with that. Stay tuned. There's lots more videos to come this month. And until I see you guys next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye.